Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Buli omu yosinzide okubeera nga togobere Fahad Pro UG gwe mukutu kuoli banyigide wone updates of course ku nsonga nga bizitambula mu ggwanga alyetu Uganda ne bologanga video ngenda kusaba jongereyo gisharingirako abalala tedage kiga likinga ate wansawo comment section tekigera kubeera nga te okirirawo nobeera nga of course osulawo endowooza yokusinzira ku byogenda kubeera nga te osanga mu katambi kano amawulire gengene kubeera nga titandikana go mawulire si malungi n'akamu mawulire gannaku era nga ssala zokka eyaliko speaker wa parliament ow'eggwanga alyetu Uganda omukyala amanyikiddwa Rebecca alitwala Kadaga woman MP side zeri ejinjo bakamuli munange ebintu si birungi n'akamu era ngono wetwogerere essaawa eno ali mu ggwanga ly'e Kenya gye yagenza okubeera nga ate afuna obujjanjabi wali mu ddwaliro limanyikiddwa nga Aga Khan. Omukyala ono Rebecca Kadaga yali speaker yaddusiddwa mu ddwaliro oluvannyuma okubeera nga ate yabadde yakamala okubeera nga ate ava mu trip yabadde mu America sakone Morocco era nga yabadde yakamala okubeera nga ate alandinga bwati embeera nebeera nga ate munange esajjukira ekyazekawo kwe kubeera nga ate baleeta ennyonyi nebeera nga ate omwongera y'obutereevu mu ggwanga ly'e Kenya saidi wali mu ddwaliro Aga Khan abakulu abasinga gye basinga okubeera nga ate batwalibwa okubeera nga ate munange bafuna obujjanjabi era nga ngenda kubeera nga ate nnyongero ba details ku details ku byonna byonna ebinaabidiridde saidi zeeyo mpaka nga alitwala Kadaga yali speaker wa parliament Senga Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu nga atuuse okubeera nga temunange asibulwa mu ddwaliro eyo senga Mukama Katonda anaaba akkiriza naye nga wetwogerera embeera ekyamazima kiri nti tenakubeera nga ate efuuka nnungi so ebyo no bibigenda mu maaso side zeeyo era ndowooza kamere nga timbatera n'obutambi buno mwongere okubeera nga temumanya biki of course ebiri mu kubeera nga te bitambula mu ggwanga alyetu Uganda. Subscribing akade ka notification bell kakoneko kajja kubeera nga tekakwala tinga natse video ojja kubeera nga te ofunawo notification tikakati agagudde ate side zeno gegano Fahad yasobola okubeera nga ate agatuleetera Sheikh Ashaf musomo wa dua wansi enamba z'essimu zito ku stickers munonyeko ajja kubeera nga te akolombere dua ebikyaganye ebijja kubeera nga te of course biterera ompalapala kamere nga te mbawa ensonga zino kumona mawulire amalamaje tumba.
You pointed out he has repeatedly gone on record to say you're denying him the right to access voters, for instance, who are in urban places where he has been approved to actually carry out his rally. Case in point was Fort Portal yesterday. He was 10 minutes away from the venue, and he says you are telling him to go to use another route that takes him 2 to 3 hours away from the venue. Can you guide us on this issue of the routes? Who determine the routes, and at what point do the routes change?
By the way, personally, I am tired of this question. Because you have two people stuck in their position. And I think we need an extra person to go in the field and prove this and come back and talk to the listeners. Kyagulanyi has been on record saying we agree with the venue. We have been on record saying that he violates what we agree. So, and we're not about to change this.
Do you agree on the routes? Do you agree on the venue?
We are. You see, you cannot fall into the venue.
He says the Electoral Commission approves the venue.
Kenneth,
it's you who knock him off the routes.
You cannot fall from heaven to the venue. You must approach the venue. You must exit from the venue. That is logic. Now, and we all have the campaign program. It is out. It was put in papers. Everybody knows. You're going to be at Radio 1. This is your venue. How do you approach Radio 1? Where do you pass? And we explain why you must use route A and not B. And for the first time now, most of these political parties have structures outside Kampala. Meaning you are able to talk to the coordinator,
the organizing
committee. You have meetings prior to the day, weeks before, because everybody knows which date this person will be in their town. And you agree. You even visit the route. For example, it's going to be in Rubaga on Monday. Yesterday we had meetings in Rubaga. You can see the days towards Monday. There are many. We walked through the venue with the group. This is how you'll move. This is how you'll approach. This is how you'll enter. This is how you'll exit. That's part of planning, which is a very good thing. Now, when the gentleman appears, he does what he wants to do. And I can tell you there is no sane government, there is no sane state that will allow somebody to act the way he wants. You will not find it in this country, in this world. Now, how we will prove this, you need to go there, Kenneth or Paul, and find out who is telling the truth or who is lying.
Maybe we need to be part of your meetings.
Absolutely. We have had meetings with the Electoral Commission.
The beauty with the Chagulanyi's campaigns, some of his activities are streamlined online. You're able to follow what is happening.
Absolutely.
And every time
we complain, and he complains, the Electoral Commission calls us. We attend meetings at the Electoral Commission with some of his agents, the Secretary General, the Treasurer, and we put footage. We view footage together. This is how you went. This is how you're abusing the road. This is how your people are going against the traffic laws. This is how you campaigned in the middle of a trading center, got the microphone, stood on your car and talked to people and blocked the rest of the world. Now, I'm happy Paul said it's about public order. This country cannot be lawless. You cannot afford to have a country without order and you think you're going to enjoy your civic rights. It cannot happen. 2, I agree with him that you cannot defend or justify torture. But you see, torture must be proved. What he calls torture, it may not be torture. And he has to prove. And it's at that point that you cannot justify what is torture. But I can tell you, the United Nations basic principles on use of force allow us on which area. They are very, very specific. When do you use force? Which force do you use? How do you graduate your force? So I don't find anything wrong with use of force.
Well, we have seen some clips, video clips, where your police officers are spraying innocent bystanders with pepper spray in their eyes.
Use of pepper spray.
And there's this new thing that has come. The use of what they're calling electricity.
That's teaser. It is part of it.
It's a new innovation. This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Just to go on Google and put their United Nations basic principles of use of force. And they will teaser, pepper spray, tear gas, use of batons. Those are accepted international methods of controlling crowd. They are really not out of order. But like Paul said, we cannot continue debating this. The issue is how do we move away from that? Because nobody benefits from it at the end of the day.
This confrontation you have
how do we, and you see, that's what I want to hear, the NGOs, the media, putting all parties to task. How do we move on? Okay. How do we change this?
In your view, as the master of crowd control, how do we move away from this?
First of all, I think we need education. One of the biggest problems that we face in the country is ignorance about this. Most of our stakeholders don't know where to start and where to end. What is the role of the agent? What is the role of the party in this? What is the role of the Electoral Commission? If you have put guidelines as the Electoral Commission that there is no procession and the candidate does procession, so what? Then what happens? If you have said hate speech, if you have said a certain message is contrary to the laws of Electoral Commission and presidential and parliamentary, and he does it, then what? So on top of civic education and voter education, we need to issue strong guidelines. And the punishments must be really very strong. If we are saying don't do this and you do it, what do we do? Because that's what gives people foolish courage.
Are you saying your hands are tied?
Even yours, leave alone me. This is not about police. This is about the country.
Because you seem like you want to take action, but
no. It's all of us. The problem we have in Uganda is blame game. Because if the scenes in Gulu are bad, it means we cannot have tourists in the country. Does that affect police alone? It means foreign investment will be affected. Does that affect me alone? So it is everybody's responsibility to move away from the bad scenes that we see. So we must have strong laws in terms of this. Because if you're saying removing somebody's poster is bad and you put it on my house, what do I do?
In that context, what would be your response to these issues that we are seeing around the election?
My response is that we are seeing electoral violence. And this electoral violence is not general. We need to reduce the scope. This is a confrontation between one political group with the security. We have about 8 presidential candidates. We have about 83,000 duly nominated leaders in different categories, and they are campaigning peacefully. I am sure you're following Nandala, Munyagwa, the NRM candidate, and other members of parliament in different cities. The situation is normal, but there is this specific group which branded itself, have the objective, they have mentioned it, they have put it in practice. This is the group that we have a problem with. So we need to reduce the scope. If you say generally there is electoral violence, you will be widening the scope and missing the point. The problem is consistent with a specific group of National Unity Platform, to be specific. Now, what we are saying is that you have Electoral Commission guidelines, because every process must be regulated. Otherwise, you will lose the point. You have guidelines given to candidates, signed by them or their agents, and you have an institution mandated by the Constitution to do what I told you in the beginning, to have an environment that is suitable for the electoral process to take place. You cannot have electoral process in Uganda without safe environment. Otherwise, people would be voting by now in Khartoum. But they can't do it. Even when they have electoral body, they have voters, they have candidates and parties. What is lacking is what we have here. Now, when we reach Gulu, you have a local organizing committee that sat with security teams, agreed on the venue, agreed on the routes, and the Kampala team disagrees. What do you expect the enforcement team to do? To discuss the law? That's not the work of the enforcement officers. The work of the enforcement officer is to enforce to the last dot. If you are supposed to campaign up to 6, any minute after 6 is contrary to the guideline and the law. Now, the ideal process is that you should be able to talk, and that's what he's talking about. You should be able to tone down, and whatever people pick in terms of clips is the last part. We graduate, we talk to candidates, we negotiate, we make compromise, we give command, we warn them. And if you had time here, I would give you the videos where the commanders are talking to the candidate. Even the presence of the force itself is a soft means of controlling the crowd. We are showing you we are here. We've deployed our capabilities. We are dressed. We have guns. We have mamba. It is a soft means of showing you that you don't go beyond this. We definitely have to graduate. We go to. And all these things, by the way, are lawful.
All right. Looking at the Gulu situation, and we have seen your spokesperson actually condemning that. Human rights, analysts and advocates have been saying there's what they call excessive force, like he hinted on it. Was it really necessary for people to be beaten with the sticks?
Let me tell you, there is nobody.
Was there no better way for you to contain the situation?
There is nobody who does not condemn the scene. It is regrettable. They don't look nice. They don't add anything to our country. So it is nobody can really say that was the best. It was inevitable. That's what people need to know. I can tell you, we follow a process in graduating the force. If you have 5,000, if you have 1,000, if you have 500 people in the middle of the road that connects you to Sudan, and you say, please leave this place, use the other one, and they don't move, what do you do? Do you carry 500 people on your head? No. And I can tell you, the use of batons, tear gas, teasers, dogs, they are all internationally accepted United Nations principles on use of force. We have not gone outside the law.
No, we've seen the UN actually calling you to order and saying you're going beyond.
Calling us to order is one thing. Like I've told you, this is unfortunate. What they are saying is that the sins are not really good. If anybody says we are out of the law, let them go to court. I am sure the court will pronounce itself on this. If there is any crime committed, please, we all know how to redress or to get justice out of this. You have an individual, take him to court, produce the evidence, this person is taken on.
All right. And the people we saw with sticks, people who are beating people, including civilians, there's been an uproar. People are demanding that they should be prosecuted.
Let them go ahead and prosecute it. Let them go.
Well,
and
actually, you the police.
No,
They're asking you the police.
Let them come and report.
Huh?
You see, Candace, when you want me prosecuted, you report. A case must have.
When people misunderstand you and they say you're protecting people who are behind your back. What
is wrong with protecting people?
You were in Gulu.
We were protecting people in Gulu. What is wrong with protecting people?
You were in Gulu. I mean, you were.
I was not in Gulu.
No, I mean as the force. You represent the force in studio here. You were in Gulu at that particular scene, and there were civilians who had sticks beating
Why
people.
do you call them civilians?
Well, they were not in uniform.
Who says that armed forces can't operate in civilian clothes?
So you want to confirm they were members of the armed forces?
No, you don't have to confirm, but I'm asking you, who says that all members of the force must put on uniform?
Well, you told us earlier.
No, you have access to information.
But there was a soft presence
yes,
there represented
I
by
said soft means of controlling. I didn't say
yeah.
soft people. Yes, you have people in crime intelligence. You have people in CIDs. You've seen police officers not putting on uniform.
All right.
Yes.
So how many have been arrested so far? Do we know?
I don't know. You told the listeners that I rehearse people of Kampala Metropolitan, so I don't know what is in good.
Well, I thought maybe part of preparing for this discussion, you might have collected some information.
You didn't put that we're going to discuss about Gulu. I expected questions to come to me.
Yes.
Where I come from, a tree with fruits receives more stones. Now, I want to thank the listeners, but I partly agree with them. Somebody raises the issue of 3rd June. It's a huge, massive activity.
Matters
control. But you see, the motivation is different. Two, these ones are in one place in Namong. And I can tell you there's inconvenience in controlling that activity. If you have been in Kampala and going to Namong, you know what people go through. People can't use their routes, the normal routes they use. People leave their cars in an area. Even when we're in Nambole for a match, the inconvenience is too much.
Is it not possible that people are also aware that we are in election season?
We are now dealing with the whole country. We are dealing with 8 presidential candidates. We are dealing with other MPs. So the magnitude or the force we use to control Namungo cannot be compared with what is happening in the whole country. And the motivation is different. I actually waited for Paul to talk about the message used by some candidates. We cannot really pretend that a gentleman and his group use a slogan of protest vote, say this is war, they call it struggle, they call for a Tanzania. Somebody said you're in the studio being listened, be logical. We all know what was in Tanzania. A house of the speaker burnt, airport closed, internet put off, and somebody says we will bring a Tanzania, a Nepal, and a Madagascar. That message itself incites the people. If you are in the process you don't trust, what are you doing there? If you inform people that even if I win by 90%, I will not be declared a winner, what are you communicating? Do you want security to cross their hands and sit down and watch the country fall into a deep hole? We cannot test Uganda on things that we have seen other countries sleep off for years. You may listen to your radio in your car going home or at home, and you're comfortable and you think that is normal. But we are surrounded by a sea of countries that are unstable for a very long period. So when sometimes we insist on doing things the way we're doing them, we are informed by intelligence that you don't have. You cannot call people to overwhelm police. You even mentioned the numbers of police and UPDF combined. I don't know whether people hear these things or they think we are stupid, we don't really monitor this. And you say they are 50. When you add 50, we are 47 million Ugandans. Overwhelm them, bring a Tanzania here, and you expect us to enter our cars, go to our barracks, cover ourselves. Excuse me. That cannot happen here. And I can assure you, we will use all the possible means, all the possible force within the law to stop it. That's number one. Number two, like I have told you, we are stakeholders in this country. What happens that is bad affects us. I have told you, bad images will stop the tourists to come here. The dollar will not come. The GDP will be low. My salary will be low. Any sensible person must connect these things. So nobody benefits from what is happening. But if you have a duty like we have, if you sign to join the force like I did, you have a duty beyond the rest of the people listening and telling me to be logical. My mandate is different.
All right.
I have the entire country, everybody, NUP, NRM, those who are educated, those who are not educated, to protect. So we cannot allow a few section of the
abalungi abatuuliriza era abatulaba olunaku olwaleero tuchaddeko ewa Sheikh Ashraf Dembe.
Sebo sanyusa okubalaba amannya agange nze Sheikh Ashraf Dembe akola ku bizibu by'enjawulo. Omuntu singa aba alina ebirwadde musomereddwa tunywa amazzi ga lukuya nga bw'obadde ogalaba, tugenda abantu ku kyoto ne twokya emizimu emibi egibabaamu n'okulomba edduwa. Abantu singa abeera ng'ali wano atuuse sobola okumulombera edduwa, ne waba atatuuse nga mpadde amannya ge naye ng'ali wala. Neetaaze ennamba yange yeeno eri 0707363711. Nammwe bannyinaffe abali ebweru oyagala okuba nti oyagala okulombera ku dduwa ng'olina ebizibu, viza zibuze, amaka gakolongotana, sente zikola zimpita mu ngalo, ojja kumpeereza ekifaananyi kyo n'amannya go, ebyo byokka bijja kummala, nja kukulombera edduwa, ojja kutereera. Olunaku olusembayo mu mwezi mba n'edduwa ey'awamu ffenna n'abalwadde bange abakadde n'abapya. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.